Hi everybody, I'm Monica Sigmon, Sony Artisan of Imagery. I am a children and family photographer based out of Williamsburg, Virginia. Normally I'm in a studio, but today I'm in beautiful Santa Barbara and I can't wait to share with you some of my gear and my tips and tricks today. So my go-to workhorse is the A7R5 with the 24-70 GM2, and we can't forget my vertical grip. So oftentimes photographers are surprised that this is the lens that I choose, but honestly in the studio it has the perfect versatility. So for me, I'm photographing families, children, groups, sometimes they're little wiggle worms, and so I don't have a lot of time to change out lenses or change gear. So I like to have the 24-70. I also shoot with it on a camera stand because it allows me that opportunity to quickly shoot a full-length portrait and then just quickly zoom in for half length or full length. And then added with the camera stand, I can roll in and roll out. So I get the most versatility with this lens, and I would say this is what's on my body probably 95% of my work. The other piece of gear that I never, ever, ever shoot without is this vertical grip. And many photographers think, well, that just adds weight back to the mirrorless camera. What's the point? But for me, I just have never been able to shoot with my elbow up in the air like that. So I want to be more stable. I want to have my body braced like this. And having all of the controls that are up here now available here let me move so much more quickly. And again, I don't want to be thinking about my gear when I'm photographing children, especially. It just needs to be intuitive. So by having this grip, 2 batteries in it, and it just helps me kind of really keep everything under control. So this is something that I recommend to everybody. So why the A7R5? For me, it's a no-brainer. It's the most fun I've had shooting in 25 years. I need the resolution. We sell large wall portraits for families and children, so I need to be able to get these large scale. I can also crop in on that final frame, so if I'm shooting at 24 but I want a tighter crop for the wall, I'm not losing any information, I'm not sacrificing quality. And the speed with which this camera moves and being able to track my subjects, track the children, running around, twirling, dancing, whatever I need. It's all right here and just very, very intuitive. So it's really a joy to shoot. So next to the 24-70, my most favorite lens, and I know I just said I use this 95% of the time, which I do, but the other 5%, this is my go-to. This is the beautiful 85 1.4 G Master lens. The background just falls off. It's so beautiful. This lens to me just forces me to think about what's really important. With the 24-70, I can cheat a little bit, right? I can shoot wide, I can crop in later in post. But with the 85, it forces me to think in that crop, in that perspective, and to share what the reason is for the portrait that I'm taking. So really thinking about all 4 corners of the frame, what story is it that I'm trying to tell, and capturing all of that in one shot. So let's talk about lighting for a second. My work is rather dark, it's cinematic, it's very muted tones and monochromatic, and the lighting is simple yet very intentional. I am using predominantly one large octabox, so usually a 7-foot. And I don't enjoy pointing the light straight at any subject. It's typically not the most flattering lighting we can do. I'm also an old school portraitist. I am a traditionalist. I love the work of John Singer Sargent and Rembrandt, and so I want that light to sculpt the face and to shape the mask of the face. So whenever we have a light coming straight at us, whether it's on-camera flash or a ring light or anything like that, it's just flattening out our features and it's not giving us any depth or dimension to the shape of our face. So when I have a big softbox, I actually am not gonna point it straight at me. I'm gonna turn it, and it's what we call feathering the light. So in actuality, I'm just working on this back edge of the light. So it's going to, if you think of a flashlight doesn't come straight out like a tunnel. The light comes like this, right, in a triangle. So if my softbox is here, I wanna work on the edge of that light that's skimming across, and that lets us have a beautiful highlight to shadow ratio. It's not flat, and it's a soft gradation, which is flattering to almost any face. And then the second thing I'll do is I'll just have what we call a splash light. It's not a very technical name, but I usually have that just going into a white V-flap behind me on the lowest power possible. It doesn't even register on my light meter. Yes, I still use a light meter. And but what that does is just give me a little bit more information in my files because my scenery is so dark and my clients are wearing dark clothing and I'm only using one light source. So it just gives me a little bit of energy onto the set. I was unable to create this work before I shot with Sony. So I was on another camera system for decades and I was trying to create this new studio line, and the information wasn't in the files. We couldn't go to print, and the proof is always in the print. So when I switched to Sony, a whole new world opened up to me. And then I was able to create this work that you now see that we're known for. And I'm never worried about the information in the print. It's always, always there. So lighting is critically important. And even though I'm only using mainly one big light, it's very, very intentional. So stop, just slow down, think about where that light is coming across the face and use that to your advantage. So thanks for watching. I hope these tips will help you in the future, and I hope you keep in touch. You can find me on Instagram at Monica Sigmon.